Mr. Watson, please tell us about the Small Business Administration.
Yes, sir. So I am a public affairs specialist with the United States Small Business Administration Office of Disaster Recovery and Resilience. We have Field Operations Center East, which responds to the 27 states that are east of the state of Mississippi. Field Operations Center West responds to the 23 states that are west of the state of Mississippi. And what our responsibility is to respond to the disaster. So we are here in Georgia in response to Tropical Storm Helene.
And I know, like people forget about Helene, but it made a lot of damage, right? So can you explain to us the process for those people that are still affected by Helene? What do they do in these cases?
So in this case, you would want to make sure that your home was in an area of a declared county that had property damages between the dates of September 24th through October 30th of 2024. And the physical damage loan covers not only businesses and nonprofits, it covers renters up to the volume amount of $100,000 for the interior contents of their home, personal effects, electronics, furniture, things of that nature. Homeowners up to $500,000 for personal property damage, as well as mitigation if they are approved. They can qualify for an additional 20% for building back the home or the structure a little bit stronger to be more resilient to a future disaster. And for nonprofits and homeowners, up to the amount of $2 million to replace damaged real estate, property damages, inventory, replace machinery or equipment that has been damaged to the point of non-repair or just damage.
Excellent. Now, I know people are, going through a tough situation with this, of course, disaster. But what are the main requirements for them to apply for a loan from the Small Business Administration?
Yes, sir. I'm glad you asked. And before I go into that, we do have a secondary program just for businesses and nonprofits, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. That's a working capital loan to assist small businesses going in the development of agricultural and any form of financial obligation that they're not able to meet. So that loan amount is up to $2 million as well. And for the requirements, we're looking for the individual to have a minimum credit score of 570 for sufficient credit history and also being able to repay the loan.
It's very important that people understand that the interest rates are not like your regular bank, because this is pretty much from the government and they're trying to help you out, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Can you explain a little bit about how the interest rates work? I know, they differ from time to time, but can you explain the difference between like a bank loan and, and a loan from the Small Business Administration?
Yes, sir. So our interest rates have loan terms for up to 30 years. Most banking institutions do not have that length of time for a bank loan. Our interest rates are fixed and they are extremely low and they will never go up. So just a prime example of our interest rates for our home loans, you can be in between the amount of 2.813 to 5.625. For businesses, it's between 4% and 8%. For nonprofit organizations, it's 3.25%. And for the economic injury side, it is identical, 4% for businesses and small agricultural cooperatives, and 3.25% for nonprofit organizations.
Excellent. That's a great information. Now, talking about businesses, right? We understand there's other people that have businesses. What is the procedure for those people? Let's say that I am, for our audience that is, listening to us right now. Let's say that I'm a Mexican immigrant, right? I have a Mexican restaurant. It was impacted by the Helene storm, right? Do you guys require what proof of citizenship? What are the requirements for you guys to loan me some money?
So yes, if they have a proof of citizenship, any form of documentation that will be reviewed and taken into consideration. If for any reason with that questioning in mind, and if you're declined for reasons of credit history, credit score, or whatever the case may be, because it's case-by-case basis, you have up to 6 months to try to overturn the reason of the decline. Meaning, please, people, please do not throw away the decline letter that will provide details of why you will decline and give you an opportunity to overturn that reason.
Now that we're on the denial part, I think that's where a lot of I guess misconceptions come from the people, right, that need help from the disaster. So if they get a denial letter, a lot of people there just like, okay, I'm done, that's it, right? What do you recommend for those people?
I recommend that you read through the decline letter thoroughly. Make sure that you have a full comprehension and understanding of the decline letter itself. You would have a disaster customer service email address, which is disastercustomerservice@sba.gov, that they can actually email in reference to the letter to get some form of clarification. And making sure that, again, they do not throw the decline letter away, because unless it says a final decline, they are not declined. They're just getting declined at that moment in time, as sufficient information still is needed for the application process to continue.